Hello, everyone. Welcome to Toyeen Talks. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Toyeen Talks. To all our beautiful subscribers, we say thank you so much for staying with us. And if you're new here, we are so happy you find us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit on that notification button so you will be notified for more upcoming videos.
Which I understand deeply. It is court content. So the point be say, this is what I saw. And I asked some lawyers, they said, Arifa, your thinking is right, but he might have his own personal reason. It's as simple as that. There is nothing for me to dig down about anymore. You think if the corona was not put in a hold to, will I go to Bankole and Smith to ask them questions? No. So that is how it is. Over to you, Apari.
Well, what I want to say is just to talk to Blessed that when you ask a question, allow response. It will be very good. Well, for me, what I'm interested in is to get a clarification on behalf of a brother because it was a normal conversation we were having before he got to me. And when I tried to call him, he explained himself, but we couldn't continue because I'm on live. And he said he's going to come. And here he's explaining himself. It's dicey. Why I said it's dicey is that there are so many things that are happening behind the scene that is different from what is happening in the public and different from what people are talking about, in the open. I would just want us to just take a chill so we can understand ourselves better. My interest in Ariva's opinion is to, clear the doubt of people saying Ariva has compromised. And here is he saying that he's not compromising, but based on his interaction with Shitu and, with Bankole, with Bankole, his opinion is that there will be a plus to the inquest. And for whatever thing that is of conviction to him, I think he has the right to hit. So, and like I said, I have asked also that if it's opportune to give Baba Mohbad's advice, is he going to advise Baba Mohbad to allow them to be part of the process? And he has given his explanation. I think we've all gotten our opinion. And we may be wrong, we may be right. It's our opinion. But I don't want us to begin to say that it's an anti-justice. So that is my own interest. For every other thing, as long as he will be willing to answer you, to answer questions, so be it. And if not ready to answer any question, I don't think he has come here to come and, be under anybody's court of question and answer. I'm not subjecting him to question and answer. If he feels that he wants to respond, it's his opinion. He's a brother that I cannot look down on. And he's a brother I cannot say that he has not, done a lot in the cause of justice. So I don't think I will say more, except he's willing to answer more questions. So it's at his own prerogative. So let me just hear from everyone's auntie, because I'm sorry if I'm jumping some people to jump to everyone's auntie. I don't know if everyone auntie has something to say to what we have been, trying to iron out. So you have the floor, ma. You can hear your opinion, and let's try to be brief with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wester, for having me. Good evening, everyone. I want to focus on the fact that Arifa is doing a great job. always satisfying our anxieties on the days of inquests. And he goes the extra mile to reach some of the people, the lawyers and other people at the inquest to question them on our behalf. And he comes back with good feedback. But I think that at this point, we have to be very, very mindful going forward now, because the case is becoming complex. And Arifa doesn't have legal experience. And so his good intentions might backfire because there might be a breach in understanding. Because when Sanshitu made that response on that day, when he used the word established, a lot of people were confused. And a lot of people thought the way Arifa was thinking. But maybe because of my experience, I understood exactly what he was saying. And that you could see that Sanshitu was smiling when he said it. He said it has been established. That is, Darosha has said what has happened. Now, this is not the High Court, so Sanshitu doesn't have to go and object to anything. All Sanshitu is saying that let it be noted that this is what Darosha has said. So when they get to the High Court and he presents those facts back to him, it's up to Darosha now to try to deny or respond to him. So you see, when one doesn't understand the language being used, because legal language is jargon, and if you don't know it, you don't know it. You might just use the elementary interpretation of a word, So I think at this point now we need to be mindful of our interviewing and our interpretation if we don't understand it. Yes, Arifa, you're doing a great job. You can go in there and give us feedback. But when it comes to the legal side of things, let's be mindful, because we don't want to have interpretations misconstrued, because that word established caused a whole lot of confusion, and it made people blame Sanshitu and made people think that he had accepted that Prime Boy was actually in a fight with Mohbad, and that wasn't his intention. So I think going forward, we need to be mindful. We probably need to start backing off. And even if we are going to have people interview these legal experts, we should have people of like minds, people of the same intellect to interview them, so that when they're giving the feedback, they're speaking the same language. The language is understood. And that is not knocking Arifa for anything. Arifa's done a great job. We're proud of him. But just to avoid situations like this going forward, because the case is getting to a very complex point, and we must recognize it.
Everyone's auntie, I have a question for you.
Sure.
If you are to advise Baba Mohbad on Sanshitu and Bankole, on Smith and Bankole and Smith, what is going to be your advice?
If Bankole and Smith, because there are other lawyers present at the inquest, and if Bankole and Smith are saying that they're going there to represent the public, we now already know that their intentions are not pure. So for that reason, Sanshitu cannot go in there blind anymore, because it's clear that Bankole and Smith have other intentions, because what they did on that day was nothing but sabotage. There is no other language to use but sabotage. Because when Wunmi got to that inquest, she knew that she wasn't going to be speaking that day. There was an arrogance about her.
I want to ask a question, and I don't think you can finish the response to that question tonight, but should I go ahead?
Sure, go ahead.
Sanshitu is not the one that stopped the Bankole and Smith. The magistrate is not the one that stopped Bankole and Smith. Between me and you, why do you think the DPP, Department of Public Prosecution from Ikeja, Alausa, Abi, where is it located? Why do you think they are the one? Why do you think, or why are they the one that stopped Bankole and Smith in the first place? It is not even Baba Mohbad. What do you think must have influenced them to stop Bankole and Smith in the first place? What do you think that caused it? The attorney, yes, that is the attorney general. What prompted them? What made them to stop them initially?
Not knowing the full,
intention,
the full reasons and everything. The only thing I can either think of is either they didn't meet all the full requirements, because there are requirements that I'm sure they're supposed to meet. So maybe they didn't meet the full requirements. I don't know. But then again, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, okay, which I often do, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, I can say that initially, Bankole and Smith initially came to counter whatever was going to happen. But I think halfway through, they got derailed.
Everyone's auntie.
Yes, sir.
Westo Adekunle Adejumo Olalekan Abiodun Adisa Okanlawon is telling you this tonight. This issue is deeper than what we think. Thank you.
Okay.
I will not allow Arifa to answer that question.
Okay. Well, you probably know much more than I do. We're looking at things from the surface and as much as we're allowed to see.
I will agree that Arifa will not answer that question too. But let's move on.
Well, Westo, that's a very nice one, brother. The point is this: I am not going to answer the question like you said, but let me just say little thing, in the sense that because we discover how deep this case is, that is why we need to keep exposing people, not by speculations. We can't expose anybody by them talk, say, or my own opinion will expose anybody. No, we ask them questions. The question is what will expose them to the world. So these are the reason why I keep knocking at people's door to know their impact going forward on this case. Thank you so very much. I don't know if anybody have anything to say or to ask so that I can go.
Arifa, sorry, Jari, my brother, you need 10 latches from me. Because you are the one that put mic on Sanchito's mouth on the day that he said he established 3 things. And that day, I'm telling you, live, I was on one of the platforms. I got that message straight away. And there's no grammatic things there that nobody cannot understand. Like someone like me, I'm not good in English. It's not my first language. But I understand everything that man said and I digest it. And I can see the facial expression. Because people said, oh, Sanchito is for the corona inquest. So why that man was holding on some point, that means that he wants to deal with this thing to the end, to the High Court. For him to take that 3 things as established and he back it up with our private autopsy and toxicology when it comes out. That is what it said. And I understand that man straight away. So when I say people are changing it to different narrative, I say, what? How can not, we can't, our brain, are we not using our brain to digest things? it's simple English. This is not grammatic English that even a secondary school children will not understand. So why are they like, expand it like as if it's only Prime Boy that man mentioned on that thing the day you interview him? You see, so that's why I said I need to give you 10 latches.
But wait, nobody asked.
My brother.
Nobody asked me.
Please,
yes?
brother, ma binujo. Mommy, I will receive the cane, no problem. But
Is that your network? I can't hear you again.
can you hear me now?
It's better.
We can hear
Yeah,
you
we
now.
can hear you.
But what?
He said, when it comes to choice of word, we need to understand B. Sanshitu said, and I don't think that word and have any other interpretation. And with the results of the autopsy, who has also said there is an injury sustained, a fact has been established. So, well, just like what everyone auntie said, it may be a legal term that I don't really understand, and I believe it's not me alone. If that is a legal term that anyone we did not understand, it shouldn't be me alone. You understand? So
The
that is the way.
injury is about Wunmi as well, because he said there is a fight. That Darusha said there is a fight. It can end to injury. He mentioned something like that. It's not only Prime Boy, Wunmi, and
Let me
did not
just tell
give
you.
injection.
Let me say something, Yeti. This has nothing to do with legal term, meaning this and that or whatever. If nobody is trying to put a selective hearing, when something is established, it's different from fact. I can establish something. I can say everyone's auntie just established or create. When you establish something, you're just creating something. It is not a matter of legal time. It's just a simple English. San said, Darusha has established or create or gbé nǹkan jáde. Àwa ló wá kù sí lọ́wọ́ láti tú nǹkan tó gbé dání tó gbé jáde yẹ̀wò. It is not left for the court and the legal team to now unravel what he established. Exactly. When someone establishes something, it is not a fact. I can come to say that on my show today, Blessed established, Blessed created, Blessed made it known, Blessed told us, Blessed, establishing something is just a direct English that is not a fact. I don't know why we have to think it's a big English. It's not a big English. Establish is a simple word saying that something is a verbiage. It's just a verbiage. It's just a normal word. It is not a fact. So I can come to say, you can ask me what happened in court today, and I come to say, okay, I went to court today, and the driver made a point on, or the driver established that it's just a report. It's just in English in it. Kò ṣe pé mo believe it. It's something that needs to be unraveled. So
For
it's not
further unraveling. That's right. For further unraveling. Yeah.
So when we now begin to think that San is saying Darusha established, meaning San is believing Darusha, then we are the one we are hearing different thing. We are just hearing another thing. It's a matter of English. For me, see, there are some people, they can speak English more than they can write. There are some people, they can write more than they can speak English. There are some people that are blessed in both. They balance it. I can give an example. I have a brother, Honorable Segun Showunmi. If this man is speaking 3 million years to come, everything the man is telling you, you don't need to read it anywhere. It will make it simple and make it so blunt. Use the proper word that you will keep remembering as if you have memorized it. He's so blessed with oration prowess, with, he's a good talker, like he's a good presenter. Honorable Segun Showunmi, you can go to Google to find out about him. But when it comes to writing, ẹ̀gbọ́n ọmọ but kò ní time àti kọ̀ọ̀kan, like he just wogo. But come to speaking, give it to him. That is that. When it comes to writing, go and check Reno Omokri. Reno Omokri will write that you will be reading as if you are watching a movie. But when it comes to speaking, Reno Omokri, it doesn't mean he doesn't understand English, but it's just baga anyhow. He knows how to write more than he knows how to speak. Go and read about Reno Omokri, read his article and opinion on social media. You will love it. You want to go there every day. But, for someone like me, I don't know if anybody has seen me write before. I'm a crazy writer. I forget about all this baga English we speak all the time. But that doesn't mean I cannot speak. But, I know my area of strength. Give me a pen and paper, go and sit down, I'll get the job done for you. So, like, this English from, what is it called? Sanshitu, establish. Establish is just someone's opinion, someone's thought. But when it comes to understanding what's meaning, you can give it a connotative meaning and you can give it a denotative meaning. Those who are twisting that word are just giving it, a denotative meaning because it is a meaning they give to it. The connotative meaning is just a simple English saying someone established, someone pointed to, someone made mention of. That is just what it means. Darosha has just established. Then they are not the one to go and check what he established. They didn't say he has established that they have gotten it, like they have received it, they have accepted it. So let's not get ourselves worried about that English at all. It's a simple English, it's the right word, and he has used it correctly. So those who are twisting it should just go and listen to it again. He didn't believe what Darosha said, and he may even believe it. If he's going to believe it or not, it is not because of the English that he used. So that clears that. So we move on, and nobody has asked me my opinion about about Smith and Bankole and Smith. Anyway, I don't need to go too far. My opinion remains the same. For me, the intention is obvious that they are not needed because of their employer. Their employer has proven to be anti-justice, and they are proven to be power tussle. They are proving to be, what do I call it? Those that are after, glory, self-glorification. They are just competing. They are after the competition. So if their employer are like that, I don't know what, the son will go to do there. For me, it's a no-go area. For me, they should stay away. Even if their intention was good initially, at this junction, because of who employed them and who is going to be paying them. Don't forget they say that he who pays the piper dictates the tune. And because of those who are going to be paying them, who are obviously against justice, against Baba Mohbad, the circle where they belong, because of the fact that those people will frustrate a lot of things, I don't think is a good to go for them. For me, no go area. I'm telling you. And I know Baba Mohbad will not even want it. And if he's going to want it, is at his own prerogative, his own discretion. He's a grown-up man. He can take decision. But for me, no go area. So Arifa, my brother, I want you to see that people just love what we do. That is the reason why when we want to make mistakes, they call us to advise us. So I want you to also have a reflection before taking your decision, because the fact that you've not even you've not even said that those who call attention, those who call my attention to what happened, the fact that you didn't even say they are wrong, you have only said that is your opinion, make it so easy that you just felt that there would be a plus, and you felt that talking to Baba Mohbad, maybe because he didn't go, maybe because Baba Mohbad didn't know some of their intention, that is the reason why Baba Mohbad was against them, according to those that were presenting it. But for me, I don't think it's about Baba Mohbad knowing their intention or not. They have not written a letter of interest to Baba Mohbad's legal team before. They have not written, and they have not written a letter of interest to court until their first appearance. I was in court that day. I was there when the magistrate was telling them to go and perfect their papers before they can come to do all they need to do. I was in court. So going by frustrating the process for reason best known to them, I don't think, for me, I don't think it is worth accepting for now. I don't think it really works. Everyone has gotten their opinion. So my own opinion, I would say that is a no-go area. And if other people will come to say I'm wrong, they also have the right to their opinion. But I also agree that sometimes the more the merrier. But when the value and the source of your engagement or your incorporation is such that is not clear, or such that is doubting, dicey, such that is not really cleared, then one can begin to have a rethink. You understand? So we are all together, we pin together, we move together, but at the same time we need to be careful. And I want to appreciate everyone that has been looking, out for Westo, for everyone, that please keep it up. Thank you all. You don't want us to fail, and by God's grace, you will not fail. So I say this with open mind, with one love, and I'll continue to embrace it. Thank you all. So my opinion is no go area for me. Not because I hate them, not because I say they're not capable, but the intention, the notion, the impression is such a toxic one. And where there is no confidence, you cannot expect something positive to come out of there. And if they have their way, if they can manipulate their way through the court to get themselves incorporated, I'm not the one to give the judgment. But if I'm in position to give the judgment, I won't accept it. Because of their employer, those who employ them. They have proven severally that they are against this man. And they may, because of that, be compelled to do things that will be against who they don't like. If I don't like Arifa, and I'm sending a staff to Arifa to work with Arifa, trust me, the fact that I own the staff and I'm incorporating the staff into Arifa's system, the possibility of me instigating one or two things against Arifa through who I'm sending to Arifa is very possible. The same way those who don't like Baba Mohbad employing lawyers, legal teams, to go and be in a process, they may use their influence to frustrate the same process. That's the way I think. And that is obvious. They may use them to frustrate the process because they recruited them into the process. They employed them into the process. They are paying them in the process. So for me, I don't want it. For me, I don't want it to be, they should rather do other things. Or if they can do some other things, it's better. But to now enforce themselves or force themselves into the system, that means they have a mission and their employer needs to be asked questions. And that is where I stand. Thank you. Let's move on. I might be wrong, but it's my opinion. And that is my stand. God bless each and every one of us. Let's move on. God bless you.
Westo, I stand with your opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Olumide.
Thank you.
Yes, God bless you. Olumide, you have things to say? Olumide, you have things to say? Guresi, you welcome. Unlimited Grace, you are welcome.
We're
And
so
don't forget,
for someone to come now, okay? I'm going to drop now.
all right, no problem. They say once beaten, twice shy. We should not forget that English. It's very important too, honestly. Mr. Guresi, you welcome. Let me know, take your time. You have the mic already. You can fire on. Mr. Guresi, ride on, please.
Well, it's just to refresh myself because I woke up just now in the last 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, and I listened to